Doing fantastic today. What about you?
Awesome. I'm Troy from Bubble Blabber. Just want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Just so, what do you think makes the Batman franchise so popular and so special that it doesn't matter who's playing him, it just keeps going and going?
Let me see. Well, I really think that it's just because the characters have been around for so long, and they were really kind of like the first superheroes. I mean, they arose from like the 1960s, and ever since then, they've always just seemed to grow like a bond with someone, no matter who it is. Everyone seems to bond with a certain character. Kids want to be Batman. The adults, just everyone feels like they bond with someone, and that's really what carries the show on. You have a good steady flow of fans. Yeah.
Great answer. What's the most exciting part about being part of Batman Bad Blood?
Being in it, for sure. That's the first part. I mean, getting to play such iconic characters is really just once in a lifetime opportunity. So that in itself is just a great pleasure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, one more, and the one of the strengths of all the Batman movies is the villains, obviously. And does that continue in Batman Bad Blood?
Yes, absolutely. The villains, they're always coming. They're always fighting hard. And, they're always changing it up. They always want to make sure, you keep it fresh. And even though, and there's always, those little twists with the enemies.
Right.
So, yeah, they always keep changing it on you. So that's good. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With Jason Omar, who plays Batman in Batman Bad Blood. And I just want to ask you, Jason, what's the most exciting, or what do you think is the best part of playing Batman in Batman Bad Blood?
Oh, I think the father-son dynamic is the most exciting thing. Beyond that, what I love doing in the studio is when Batman's being tortured or being sort of probed psychologically, they get really creative with how they present that. We all know the story so well, Batman's backstory, but still finding new ways to tell that. And I think that's partly what sets us apart, but father-son dynamic, but also new ways to tell the Bruce Wayne origin story, Batman origin story.
Right. And I'll ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Why do you think, like I asked you before, why Batman, no matter who plays him, no matter how long it's been, no matter the new story, it's still relevant today, and it seems to be getting stronger?
I think there's the universal appeal of Batman is that we're all Batman. We've all had childhoods where things didn't go perfectly, and we would all hope that we would be able to turn that pain or that darkness around into something positive. And ultimately, that's what Bruce does with Batman. I think the other really crucial thing is that he's not a superhero. He's a guy who has, he's trained his ass off. He has a lot of resources at his disposal, but he has no superpowers, and his humanity is his ultimate appeal, and that's universal. And I think he'll last for at least another 77 years.
Great, thanks very much. Nice to meet you. If you could just tell me your name and who you play and the character.
Sure. Travis Willingham, and I play the heretic in Batman Bad Blood.
Is that a new character? Was it in the Batman versus Robin, or?
Yeah, he's a new character in these direct-to-video films, but he's a character that's been established in the comic books, albeit in a very small way.
Okay, awesome. What was the most exciting part about being able to play the heretic in Batman Bad Blood?
He handles himself in all situations in an undefeated manner, so I think he's going to be a pretty imposing villain to come.
Awesome, thank you very much.
My pleasure, thank you.
You're the producer?
Yeah, I'm James Tucker, producer.
Okay, awesome. What do you think is the most exciting part about being part of a project like this, Batman Bad Blood? And have you done other Batman animated?
Yeah, I'm the producer of the whole DTV line, so.
Oh, awesome. I just watched Batman vs. Robin, which was awesome.
Right, thank you. I like Batman, so. No, I should say I'm a DC fan across the board, so being able to do a new continuity that stands on its own and is separate from the established continuities we've got going on, I think that's a lot of fun. And then I like that our lineup is that we do 2 in-continuity movies per year and then 1 standalone. And with that, it gives us a lot of variety, a lot of potential to do a lot of different things.
So you're a fan, which is awesome, but what do you think it is about Batman that no matter who plays him on screen, no matter who voices him, it's still relevant today?
I think for most people, it's because he's probably the most human of superheroes. He doesn't have any powers other than being rich, and that, I mean, he used his wealth to create himself, to create his persona. So I don't know. He's kind of he's a self-made man of sorts, and he's like Sherlock Holmes. I mean, Sherlock Holmes and the Phantom and Zorro combined. Like
I've always liked that he didn't have powers. That's kind of what's drawn me to him.
Yeah.
The Bat family has grown so big. Which member do you think in Batman Bad Blood grows the most? Who do we see who's taken the next step, or who has grown the most?
Well, Batwoman, initially my thought was I really wanted to do a Batwoman-centric thing. And that eventually kind of evolved to being more of a Batman family thing. But I love Batwoman, and I think her character is interesting, it's complicated, it's unique in a way that we don't really have in the Batman family. And I think she could hold her own movie, really. So I'd love to do more with her.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What do you think was the most exciting part about being in Batman Bad Blood?
Well, for me, it was the fact that they've never animated Batwoman before, and to have an opportunity to be the first one to voice her, I think that's pretty cool. I don't think I realized the insane amount of pressure that is actually on something like this until I got to the New York premiere of this. So I was feeling the pressure then. I just realized when we did all the interviews that people have very high expectations, or not even high, but just like certain expectations as to how they want the character delivered. So
right, yeah. There's a lot of it goes back so far, the Batman and the history and everything. Have you ever done any other voice animated work? Or?
I've done animated work a lot with the Mass Effect video games. I did Mass Effect 2 and 3 and a couple of animated videos for kids. And another video game, I think, as well. So it's not. This was a little different just because I feel like I had a little bit more material to work with. Normally, you don't really see anything at all, but with this, I saw action sequences. I saw sort of raw form of movement, which normally you don't really ever see anything moving on a screen.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think Batman, no matter who plays him on screen or who voices him, it's still relevant today? Like it just seems to keep going and going.
I don't know, I kind of asked myself that same question. I mean, all these superheroes, they just seem to have a lot of relevance in the world. People love this stuff. I personally didn't grow up on comic books or superheroes. So to me, I'm still figuring it out, what it is. But I don't know. They're iconic characters, so it is an honor to be able to be part of it.
Thank you very much.